Hello, friend. Back again, and we are going to chat about not self, true self. I'm not a lover of the term not self. And here's what I'm going to talk to you about. Okay. So as you can see, again, this is my body graph because I think it's best if I teach from who I am. Because I know this frequency. I am it. It's operating through me, and I love it. So anything in your body graph, okay, that is colored in, even if you're a reflector, okay, even if you're just an evaluator and you just have traits or gates, okay, I shouldn't say just an evaluator. That's not what I meant. What I was trying to get at is just the gates and the traits. Whatever your definition is, okay, so whether it be a center that's colored in and defined, just a gate or trait that's colored in and defined, this is your God code. It's your it's the frequency that you said, okay, I'm going to use this frequency and navigate on this material plane, and through that I am going to be able to represent God through this particular frequency. And no, I'm not religious. I couldn't give you even a verse out of the Bible. Not a clue, okay? And I'm using that word. You can use whatever you want. If you want to use biverse, universe, God, Allah, higher knowing, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But it's the frequency that you chose to use. So what that really is that's your student, okay? That's the hard wire, okay? That is that's the Acer or the Microsoft Surface or the HP or the MacBook or whatever, okay? It's the hardness, okay? This is the student. Something, it's the meat suit. This is the student. And the reason I don't like the word right here that says not self is because really, to me, that's not really what it is. We say that. Ross said it. We're just puking out what he said. But what it really is it's the curriculum. It's the curriculum that you, as a student, is here to learn. And I don't even know if I really like the word learn either, because everybody's like, oh, we're all here to learn lessons. Well, yeah, no. I don't know if I believe that either. But we're here to let the neutrino ocean be filtered through all of that openness, okay? So anything that's white, anything that you see, whether it be a full channel, whether it be a gate or a trait, or whether it be a channel that's completely, or a gate or a center that's completely open, a function that's completely open, and as you can see, I have 3 of those, or a function or a center that has some hanging traits, but it's undefined. This is our filtering mechanism. The neutrino ocean is flowing through us, and this is all of our wisdom. But what happens is that for some ungodly reason, I don't know what this is all about, I have no idea, but the mind wants to grab onto all of this. And it wants to create a story around it. We all have a story. I have a story. And then it wants to have sympathy. It wants to have somebody validate it. Instead of just going, oh, I had that experience. Oh, I had that experience. And I'm 44 years old at this point while I'm doing this video. And up until this point, my life hasn't been unscathed per se. But all those experiences that I had, I am so grateful that nobody has ever like validated it and how do I say this? And looked at me and said like, "Oh, poor you. Poor you for that." And then tried to coddle me and let me wallow in it. Nobody's ever done that. And again, it's really how my frequency is put together. Um, my body graph has some very interesting stuff in it, very interesting frequencies that allowed me to be here. But the beauty of it is that this wisdom that flows through all of those centers and all of that curriculum that I have been asked to filter and then present to the world from what is my definition, that really became so apparent to me after entering into human design, and now I'm 7 years in and I'm like, holy F. Yeah, it's exactly why I had those experiences. I still, like, fuck, why did this happen, right? I still do ask that question sometimes. And I still sometimes go like, really? Really? I had to go through that? Like, what? But I would never, ever, ever in a million years take away anything that's actually taken place in my life, because it got me to here. And it got me to a place of really, really being able to understand my frequency. So something that has, over the last probably 1.5 to 2 years, as I do sessions with people, and really actually probably before that, I saw the not self. I could recognize it like 110% when they were talking to me and trying to, well, I shouldn't say trying, but they're telling me their story, and they always wanted me to validate. And what I ended up doing is usually skirting around the outside. Now I don't skirt. I'm like, I'm not validating your not self. I'm not validating the bullshit. Yes, they were experiences, some of them really fucking shitty. We place ourselves as human beings in some pretty, very, very, very interesting situations. But I don't want you to come to me and spend your money, your resources, so that I can validate your not self. Fuck that. I absolutely want to jar you into the beauty of all those experiences and your frequency. Because without this frequency, there's a piece missing. And without you being able to recognize that all of those experiences created wisdom. Like, there's going to be a whole bunch more emotional situations that I walk through, a whole bunch more freaking instinctive knowing and health and wellness that I have to walk through. There's going to be a whole bunch more grokking of behavior and direction and love and the love of the body. There's going to be a whole shit ton more of information that I'm going to grok out of this. There's going to be a whole bunch more information that I grok out of talent. There's going to be a whole bunch more information that I grok out of, the individuality and that grace that happens there. Or those people that are here to transmit this information to us. There's going to be a whole bunch more mind information and wisdom. But if I got caught up in it, how could I then teach it? That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be the contagion, and I'm here to teach it. If I get stuck in there and wallowed in it, I couldn't teach it. And it goes the same for you. If you're stuck in it, you can't teach it. You know, and one of the, an interesting word that I heard when I was doing my projector intensive a few weekends ago was pooling of energy. Okay. So let's grok that verbiage, that language. Let's look at the body graph and go, okay, what is your relationship? You know, and for me, the pooling of energy could be here in the emotional center. Like, what's my relationship here to the rest of me? That's what you get to learn about your design. I can clearly see what goes on in my emotional center now. These two hanging traits are about justice and composure. I want justice for all this fucking corruption that's happening in our planet. And I can do that in a very composed state. I want you to be healthy in your body. And I totally want you to be able to be receptive to your direction. And I totally am learning a shit ton about behavior. I'm a people watcher, man. I love it. So I look at all of this and I go, like, if it wasn't this in this meat suit, I don't know what it would be. But I have been able to see the wisdom. I hate some fucking situations that I'm in. I hate them. Hate is a really strong word, but I don't like it. But I can stand in it now and go, okay, I get it. I get it. Thank you. Thank you for the experience of it. Thank you for the wisdom that you provided. Because like 10 clients later, all of a sudden that wisdom needs to be spoken from me. They're asking me for that wisdom. And I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. So don't disregard your experiences, but don't wallow in them. Don't get so stuck in there that you can't see the wisdom. We have an entire planet being medicated out of their experiences. Yikes. I don't want you to medicate yourself. I just want you to go, oh, okay. I see why the experience happened. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. There's some really shitty things that happen to human beings. Again, we're playing way the fuck out on the very tips of the scale. We're playing way the fuck out there. And there's some really awful shit and corruption that is taking place on our planet. But I ask you, do not validate your own not self and don't validate anybody else's not self. If you're a human design coach, get in there. Get in there. Get into their frequency. Honor their frequency. You know, show them the wisdom of all of those experiences. And what I'm going to tell you guys as people that are coming to us, coaches and analysts and I don't even want to use the word expert, but that's what people want to hear. Know that this isn't a quick fix. This is not a quick fix. I cannot in 60 minutes go through years of your experiences and show you exactly what the fuck was taking place so that you can pull the wisdom out of it. I can't do that in 60 minutes. So do not think that you're going to come to one of us in 60 minutes and you're going to be able to fix your entire life. That isn't possible. But what is possible is that you're going to understand the not self is not to be validated. Don't validate it. And honor your frequency. I could talk to you for days, weeks, months, years about your frequency. I've had people ask me, could you just follow me around for a week and just show me how this all works? Yeah, I sure can. It's going to cost you, but I can definitely do it. No different than, the video that I did about the projectors and guiding from the outside. It's taken me 7 years to see some of this stuff. But guess what? Mostly, I saw it in someone else that I could relate here. We're not in this alone. We're in this pot of soup so that we can absolutely grok the wisdom from each other. That's the whole point of it. All the people that have the defined G center, they're coming to me. I don't have a defined G center. I'm attracting that in. Same with the emotional center, same with the spleen, same with the ajna, the head. I attract these people in so that I can learn it. And then I can do free YouTube videos for you. So understand that the not self is not a place that you need to get caught up in your story. And you've heard me in past videos, some people have unsubscribed to my channel as soon as I said victim's story, because that is what the not self wants you to believe. And then it wants you to make decisions off of that. Throw that shit in the garbage. Go, oh, it's wisdom. I had that experience. This is why I had that experience. Shitty or not, totally shitty or not, doesn't matter. There's some pretty brutal shit that happens in this world. But there's some kind of wisdom for you to take out of that situation. All right, thank you. Don't validate your not self. I know I'm not supposed to tell you things or give directive, but don't validate the not self. It doesn't help you and it doesn't help anybody else, especially if you're a coach. Don't validate the bullshit. All right. Thank you.